Sydney, can you show me a car suspicious vehicle? It's going to be commercial truck, Nebraska 393616, 393616. Registration and insurance.
I'm asking you, did I commit a crime?
I will explain that in a second here.
Am I being detained?
Not at the moment.
Well, can I have my license registration be free to go, please?
Well, Stephen, what he's trying to explain is when you keep driving by and things like that, he has to take some focus away from what he's actually
So
trying
the
to do.
5 other cars that I've watched do the same thing, they're going to get stopped too tonight? There's no logins.
Stop following us around! That's your last warning!
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. Today's interaction is from 2013 and was posted on Steve Bell's channel. Be sure to check him out in the links below. In the video, Stephen Bell and his wife were using a police scanner to listen to the Sidney, Nebraska Police Department's dispatch traffic in an attempt to supervise police encounters and film them while operating in their official capacity. Doing so provides the public with a more transparent view of how their tax dollars are being spent. Many of these videos have exposed bad policing and government corruption. Body-worn cameras were not widely implemented by law enforcement until 2014, and currently there are many agencies that do not use them, making these incidents especially important to creating accountability when considering the era in which this video was recorded. It is implied that this call was one of many that the individuals had filmed, as the officers knew them by name. About a minute into the video, Officer Tobler radios in a suspicious vehicle and gives the photographer's automobile info.
Do me a favor, activate your camera on this pickup. Sydney, can you show me a car suspicious vehicle? It's going to be commercial truck, Nebraska 393616, 393616. Occupied 2 times.
You don't have to give your ID when you did nothing wrong.
And fine. 11th in Illinois.
Yeah, you hold it.
Yeah, license, registration.
Did I commit a
Proof of
crime?
insurance.
Did I commit a crime?
I want your license, registration, and insurance.
I'm asking you, did I commit a crime?
I will explain that in a second here.
Well, according to Nebraska state statute, all
I
I have
just
to
asked you for your license,
Well, I
your
understand.
registration, and your proof of insurance.
Okay, I'm going to tell you you're being video recorded and audio recorded.
So are you.
Oh, well, good.
When an officer notifies you that you are being recorded, it is probably true, but they were also recording Jeffrey Epstein's cell. Bodycam and dashcam footage is property of the public, and often can be requested from the agency that recorded it, but as we've seen many times before, that footage is often edited or guarded behind hefty paywalls and other administrative hurdles. It is important that you record all interactions with government officials to guarantee that you have immediate access to unedited footage. As we've discussed in numerous videos, Nebraska Revised Statute 29-829 requires that a person identify themselves if an officer reasonably suspects that the person is committing, has committed, or is about to commit a crime, and goes on to state, for a detention to be lawful and justifiable, the police officer must be able to point to specific and articulable facts, which, taken together with rational inferences from those facts, reasonably warrant the intrusion. In a moment, the officer declares that Stephen is not detained, and it is clear that this is not a traffic stop, making the officer's request for an ID just that, a request, one that can be denied.
And you're telling me I did not commit a crime, correct?
Check A 612 393616, white and gray 92, 1500, white and gray 92, Chevrolet 1500, registered to Stephen 24 11 24 11 Sydney, expired 2014, February 2014, insurance is still valid. 10-4.
I'm asking you again, what am I being pulled over for? What am I being stopped for? Am I being detained?
23.
Not at the moment.
Well, can I have my license registration be free to go, please?
Why are you circling my crime scene?
I do not have to answer any questions without a lawyer present.
Okay, why are you constantly following us?
I do not have to answer any questions without a lawyer
Are
present.
you afraid?
I do not have to answer any
Okay.
questions without a lawyer
I'm
present.
going to tell you what. The next time you follow me to a crime scene or any scene of that nature, including a traffic stop or anything of that nature, I will arrest you for obstructing. Because one, you're taking away my focus on what needs to be taken care of.
But you're
All we're doing
but
is
you
driving.
are
let me explain something to you.
Well, let me explain something to you. You don't run the law, you only enforce the
Do you
law.
want to go to jail for obstructing?
For what?
What
For
are we,
I'm driving down
what
the
is he
street.
You are
obstructing?
taking away from my duties right now.
All he's doing is driving down the street.
Do you want to go to jail too?
For what?
For
Obstructing.
what? Obstructing
Officer
what?
Hoffrock, what am I instructing by driving down the street?
Nebraska Revised Statute 28-901, Obstructing Government Operations, states that a person commits the offense of obstructing government operations if he intentionally obstructs, impairs, or perverts the administration of law or other governmental functions by force, violence, physical interference or obstacle, breach of official duty, or any other unlawful act. A person is not obstructing merely by being present, and certainly not by recording an incident. As the statute states, obstruction must be created by force, violence, physical interference, or obstacle. Stephen was a good distance away sitting in a vehicle and filming. If he was charged with obstruction, the charges would likely have been dropped because of his video evidence. Soon after the incident began, Officer Hoffrock arrives on scene and misunderstands the law to Stephen as well.
Well, Stephen, what he's trying to explain is when you keep driving by and things like that, he has to take some focus away from what he's actually
So
trying
the
to do.
5 other cars that I've watched do the same thing, they're going to get stopped too tonight?
You've
Because
drove
I have them
around-
on video, Officer Hoffrock.
well,
I
you've
have this
drove-
video.
You've drove around at least 5 times since I've been right here.
So is other vehicles. So are people walking by.
They're leaving the theater.
Um,
That's understandable. Or are you just?
so you're telling me I don't have the right of freedom of movement?
All I'm saying is, you're creating a problem for yourself.
You're creating a problem
No,
for me
you're
right now.
creating. Look.
You have stopped me for no
Listen.
reason.
Stop following us around.
There's no logins.
Stop following us around! That's your last warning!
you got that,
Go
right?
ahead and record it.
We are.
Officer Tobler 612, no problem. Just because you're a chicken motherfucker and you had no problem.
Scott, that's
Really?
enough. No. Stephen, go, okay? Just go.
That's
I
all
would
we
like to
were
file
doing.
charges. He threw something at me for assault.
Okay.
I would like to file charges,
Let me
Officer
get your
Hoffrock.
information, and I will forward that on to Major Akins.
Okay,
Okay?
I'll
He
wait.
handles all of the internal
Okay.
affairs. Okay? So what's a phone number for you, Stephen, so he can get a hold of you? Scott?
The audio here is muted to protect Stephen's personal information. Officer Tobler completely loses his shit, throws a temper tantrum and Stephen's property at him, and Officer Hoffrock steps in to de-escalate. In the absence of a second officer and video camera, it is likely that this incident would have ended much differently. The unprofessional and indecent manner in which this officer treated Stephen is extremely dangerous, and the fact that Officer Hoffrock didn't immediately arrest Tobler for official misconduct, assault in the 3rd degree, and disturbing the peace shows just how thick the blue line is, and confirms that law enforcement officers hold themselves to a much different standard than the citizens they rule. Comment down below what you think would have happened if Stephen had thrown his property at Officer Tobler.
And I didn't stop. I didn't do anything. This man, when I turned the corner the first time I came around, yelled at me to go
Threw
the
his
fuck
hands
home,
up.
threw his hands up like he wanted to fight me.
Okay.
Right there on that corner.
And we did nothing
And
but drive
I didn't
by.
do anything but drive by the first time.
Okay.
At that point in time, I parked. Thought if he had a problem, he can come over and talk to me. And this is the attitude I get. You saw right here, I gave him no attitude. I questioned. He doesn't like being questioned.
All right. All right. I will take those concerns on to Major Akins. Okay. That's all I can do at this point.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank
All right. If you would you please leave this scene?
I
I would
this-
appreciate that. Okay.
Absolutely, Officer Hoffrock.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go over here and see what else needs to be done. All right.
Thank you.
Officer Hoffrock asks Stephen to leave the scene, and he complies with the request with no further incident. Days later, Stephen was contacted by the department's Internal Affairs Division and notified him that Officer Scott Tobler was disciplined by the department. In addition, a written reprimand has been placed in his file. Acting Police Chief Joseph Akins also issued a written apology to Stephen. It appears that based on this LinkedIn profile, Officer Tobler is still employed by the Sydney Police Department. To see the full encounter, check out Stephen Bell's YouTube channel and visit the Bad Cop No Donut subreddit. While you're there, let them know that I sent you. If you have an encounter you would like me to review, email it or submit it through Facebook Messenger. Those links are down below. That concludes our video for today. Please subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. If you're old here, like, share, comment down below what you think of this interaction, and consider a channel membership or merch to further support the channel. If you have an incident you'd like us to review, link it down below or contact us through the social media platforms linked in the description.